Hello gamers, it's your girl Cherry Blossom YT, presenting Girls Gamer Rock. I just want to start by saying hi. How you all are doing? I am wonderful. And it has been a minute since I have been on YouTube. It's really because I have been going through emotional roller coaster situation. A lot of you guys do not know that I am a cancer survivor. I have been experiencing this situation since last year of September, and I could not do a video yesterday because it was my grandmother's 87th birthday, so I definitely had to be there for her. She was the person that changed my diapers. She also too had her share of being a cancer survivor. She had her surgery back in June of last year, and I had my surgery in October. I had to get like a foot of my colon removed, people. A foot of my colon removed. And then turn around April 9th of this year, I had to get a polyp removed from my uterus wall, and it could have been a possibility that they stated that it could be cancerous and that they would take my ovaries. And I'm like, no, I am 31 years old with no kids, and you can't take my womanhood away from me. I mean, guys, you know, I've been working since 16, so I really don't know what it's like to just stop cold turkey. So you could imagine how rough that would been on me, mentally, physically, on how to just keep a positive attitude in all this situation, you know, working and going to school all at the same time. It's just amazing how miracles could happen, because I really didn't know how all of this was going to turn out at all. So with that being said, I am cancer free. My grandmother is cancer free. So we are just living life and being positive for everyday living and trying to really uplift other people's spirits. And my heart goes out to people who are experiencing cancer in any given way, because it's really hard for the caregiver, and it's hard for the individual that is experiencing this trauma in their life for a long duration of time. Okay, so we already have experienced two of our family members having cancer, and it was two of my uncles, and they did have to go through radiation and chemo, and that was really hard to see them go through something like that. So, and they passed, and then to actually have it upon yourself, and the doctor said if they didn't find it, I would have had 2 more years to live, and I wasn't ready to leave my family, my loved one, and still love him. He has been he's been very supportive through the hard transition, and we love each other a lot. We love each other because you never know when a person is going to leave. So I'm glad to be here to give more love to my family and friends. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's talk about Microsoft, because I seen the Sony press conference and I made a video for it, and there are things that they came up with to enhance their console was good. I mean, you had the experience to you know, look at your gaming buddy. They could take over your video games. You could press the button, record your gameplay. Very nice, very impressive. Okay, for their system. And then when my system came out, it was a little bit more. Not only was it a little bit more, but they had the system. They revealed the system. That's what the title said. That's exactly what their intentions was. Okay, that's what the title said. So whatever the title says, that's pretty much what it's going to be about. So, saw that. And that was amazing itself. I have voice demand. I have voice demand, people. And I don't have to come in and press the button to turn on my console. I could just say Xbox on, TV on, music on, game on. Now, a lot of you guys have been seeing me playing a lot of Defiance. I think I'm married to Defiance now. Please don't tell Stills. I'm cheating on him with Defiance. But I can actually pull up Defiance, like, whoop, Defiance, have the game playing. I could play Defiance and watch Defiance. And mind you, Defiance on Mondays give us the opportunity to do the same missions that they do, and they implement that into our game. How awesome is that? That is fucking amazing, right? That is fucking amazing. Excuse my French. But that is amazing, right? Okay. So we have that, and they talked about their specs and things, and for a lot of us people, we hear the specs, but then you be like, could you give me a demonstration? What you talking about? So they gave us Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, pretty much what that used to look like, and what Ghost would look like, in November. And I must say, it looks really good. It looks really good. I ain't gonna be like, can I get the same effects like PC gaming? Shoot, because I can't see this. You can still enjoy the game, you know what I'm saying? But, a PC gaming, my honey, he gets PC gaming. Shit, they lay in the grass. And when I'm saying they lay in the grass, they lay in the grass, okay? And so I'm like, if I could get close to the grass, I ain't gonna complain about it. So it looks good. It looks really good. And they got EA showed a lot of things, and if your state is very sports driven, they have a lot of features for them. UFC, I think I probably might get into that for some strange odd reason. I just like stuff like that. I couldn't really play football. I'll just watch it. But it just looks like a system that satisfies each and every individual. For the man's perspective, if he likes sports and he could have all this stuff, gadgets and everything, it's fucking amazing. For the lady, she could probably watch her little stuff and things like that, and work out, do yoga and stuff like that, because they have the Connect adjacent to the game. So, which is amazing, okay? So, but they have it for reasons, because, you have the interface and you have to do all the extra stuff, which is fine. But I do yoga. That's my culture. Not many of people do yoga. Not many of people care about hiking. I do that too. And I am very adamant about the human anatomy. It has been something that I have always been into since I've been a little girl. I did want to go into radiology at some point. It didn't work out that way because of other things in my life was actually going on at the time. However, that by me actually being into the anatomy as a little girl, it kept me in tune with myself, and that's pretty much why I was on those doctors behind. It's like, hey, this is not me. This is not me. You got to check this out. I got the insurance. I work full time. Go ahead. It's gonna just find out what's wrong with me. You're gonna get paid anyway. So They pretty much found out what's wrong with me. So I'm very adamant about the human body. It's very important. You walk with it every day. It gives you the ability 2 gigabytes per second. It keeps up with your breathing. And it has to be that way because you blink like that, basically. You know, you blink like that. Some people could have a stare. They could just stare at you just like this, and something ain't wired right. Something ain't wired right. It's either they're zoned out thinking about something, or thinking about doing something to you. Okay, so watch your back. So with that being said, okay, that's pretty good. Now, I appreciate Xbox observing us, their consumers, buyers, and all this other type of stuff. I would like to give them a pat on the back for studying their buyers, because we were like, are we gonna get some exclusives? You know, because the console is pretty. You know what I'm saying? Well, are we gonna get us some damn exclusives? Okay, so they gave us some exclusives. They said we're gonna have 15 exclusives and 8 of them that we don't know about. Looks like I have something to look forward to. E3, right? So I can't wait for that, right? Yeah. So that was pretty much amazing. If I'm leaving out anything, I'm just trying to cover everything. But the presentation itself was amazing. Mind you, I did get off from work today. Okay, so I'm trying to put this all in, all at one time. So when they did the presentation, I had a brain fart. Okay, just fart, just joking. Oh Lord. So the presentation was great. Okay, they gave us a good presentation for people that went to college or went to tech, or to learn how to actually do a presentation. Some people's like a demonstration. They say, I'm gonna make a piece of bread and it's gonna be a good bread, and then some people give us pictures of the bread or what the bread gonna look like, but they never gave us the samples of the bread. So we just going by word of mouth and hoping that that bread tastes good. Okay, but the bread looked good. It was sold to us, so that's what it's gonna be. Okay, so and then when you actually have a good presentation, they talk about it, they actually have the product, demonstrate how it actually works. Microsoft accomplished that. Okay, so they accomplished that. I get it. So they talked about the console, the previous console, and they worked their way up of how they enhanced the console. Then they talked about, then they started filling in holes. They talked about the games, 15 exclusive games, and they probably have more games on top of that. Amazing, awesome. Okay, they're covering an hour. Okay, so in all, that looks good to me. I'm gonna be Tony Starks. Yay! I'm gonna be just like Tony Stark on Iron Man. Hello, you know. So now, my main concern is the user pre-owned games. Don't know how that's gonna work. I hope they give me a little bit more feedback on that at E3, because that will kind of determine the sway, how we'll be going or whatever. But honestly, I doubt it. Most likely I'll still be getting that. Okay, but if it actually works right or works well, I doubt if I get it this year, because I'm like 10 months behind on the things that I need to do personally, okay, for myself, and I'm just trying to play catch up. So I may be getting that next year, but I have the opportunity to see how it really works for the people that will purchase it this year. And if they will have any type of issues, no different than PlayStation 4, okay? It's almost like buying a car on a lot. Where you like, you know what? Just let them go ahead and play with it. Get the king side of it. I might buy it used, you don't know. But it's not a car, you know? But at the end of the day, let's talk about the fanboys. Now, you want to spread rumors, and then you want to say they nailed it, and then you go back, go dig up for some rumors. Really, people? Okay. My thing is, if you didn't find nothing good to talk about it, leave it alone. Just stay in your block. Stay in your block. That's cool. Stay in your block. I don't really consider you a true gamer like that anyway. The reason being is because I started from the Atari, from the Nintendo, from all of this, and I had plenty of men in my family that had these systems, so I really didn't necessarily have to purchase it, and I had boyfriends that had games like that, so I really didn't have to purchase it. And then eventually I actually got a little bit more into it when my schedule became a little bit dense. Okay, I wasn't really as a busy bee, and I just wanted to just enjoy me. One thing, I started with the Nintendo. Nintendo was amazing back in the day. Thank you for the idea, Nintendo, because Wii U, they came up with their little thing where they be working out, and Microsoft just shoot for the stars or whatever with it, because I can remember when I was playing on Nintendo at the time, they had the little Nintendo pad. You know, you could run, jump hurdles, you do ballet and everything on it. I ain't really have to necessarily go take my little ballet classes, but you know, hey, ballet was already on the system, so they already practiced this. And sometimes I do get upset with Nintendo because I'm like, you're the Godfather, why? You should be on Microsoft level. But we ain't gonna get into that. But I could talk about it because I was about that life at one point. Okay, so I'm kind of upset with Nintendo, but you know, they do what they do. They got their audience and they focus on their audience, so they do what they do. My thing is, people, gaming is all about evolving. No different than your phone, no different from the typewriter to the computer, from the floppy disk to the disc, no different from the radio, from the tape recorder. Now you can listen to your music on your phone. You can connect your phone to your car, listen to your music. You know, so actually, if you want to talk on the phone, go get the phone that, if you want to talk about it's all about typing, go get a regular typewriter. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing is really about what it says that it is. And all the technology has more features because they know that we are busy people. And we need these things. And I think gamers should actually be honored to be the guinea pigs of the future, because believe it or not, they are practicing on us, and then eventually they'll have this feature on your regular television. Have you guys ever seen Back to the Future, where you watch television but then all of a sudden, boom, the person actually shows up? Yeah. And what year was that? Pretty much. So you go back and you check out that. So pretty much gaming is about the future. Everything that you do that's being upgraded is about the future. And for the people who wants to actually stay and say, I don't want to have nothing to do with a computer, but then when they actually enforce it in your everyday lives, now you say, oh, I gotta keep up with the community. I gotta actually learn how to type. Now you gotta go get Mavis Beacon. You see what I'm saying? You so late. You 10 years late. But when you're a gamer, it's an honor to be the guinea pig of the future. Smooches.